What's up guys, I'm Elvira Guzman and I'm here with Marc Handsome and I'm going to ask him a few questions about his career. So Marc, tell us a little bit about who Marc Handsome is.
Marc Handsome is, I like to say, the people's champ, as The Rock would say. You know, Marc Handsome is like a voice for the underdogs, you know, the people who been told they couldn't make it, you know, it wouldn't happen for them. You know, just an example of a person who's overcome all the opposition, you know, and dared to be different. You know, that's what it's about, you know, what I envisioned, what I dreamed of, feeling like it's okay to have that big picture and not feel like I have to be anything less to it because of what, you know, my circumstances are or where I come from. You know, a lot of people like to stick to what they're classified as in the box where you come from. If you're from South Central LA, you only go this far, and I just feel like even coming from a place of minority, I can still see myself on a larger scale and be comfortable projecting that, you know, and not be embarrassed to do what I feel my dream sees for myself.
What you just said is very powerful. I hope you guys all got that. What you're saying is that your circumstances have never determined what you believe you can achieve. That is something, and a quality and a characteristic that not many people have. Where do you feel that you learned that?
I think it starts from your upbringing. You know, I was raised with parents, and especially a single parent mother that showed me that, you know, you can be whatever you desire to be, no matter what the circumstances is. It's just about your confidence and what you see for yourself. You know, so I've always been a person that felt like I always got the bigger picture. You know, I've always seen the bigger picture, and I always felt like it was a bigger picture for me. Whether that's true or not true, I mean, you know, that just was the aura around me. So I've always believed that I was bigger than what my circumstance is. So feeling that way keeps me striving for where, you know, what I envision for myself, you know.
That's fantastic. Wow. I'm in awe, you guys. I hope you guys are learning some lessons from Marc here. So tell me a little bit about what your brand is. If you had to explain it in you know, a few minutes, what is your brand?
I would say my brand is like the poster boy brand, you know, how Bill Bellamy was for comedy.
I love Bill Bellamy.
Yeah, shouts out to Bill Bellamy. How Lorenz Tate was for the Love Joan. You know, I feel like my brand is bringing back that comfortness to take all the rough edges around and not have to project all the hardcore thing, but, you know, it's okay to finesse, you know, because I'm a ladies man, you know. So my brand is definitely for the women, and I'm comfortable with that. You know what I mean? You know, I'm comfortable with it. I don't feel it makes me less macho. You know, I'm comfortable with it. I understand what my brand attracts, and I do a lot of music for that, you know. So,
yeah, I think that being raised by a single mom, automatically you have that respect for women. I'm pretty sure that you open doors and you compliment because your mom taught you those values.
You know, it's kind of like, you know, I'm a Gemini, so the last real ladies man per se from the West Coast was Tupac.
Yeah.
And he was raised by a single mother. I had a father that was active in my life financially, but principles and morals I learned more from my mother, you know, about buying flowers and things like that. And so, you know, I got a soft spot for the women, you know, and I mean, I embrace it. You know, I know what it's attracting, and I'm comfortable with doing that.
That makes me feel so good because nowadays, when you turn on the radio, every other song is defaming women. It's putting women down. And I worked in radio for 9 years, and I was one of the women who had to go through the barrels and barrels of CDs. And as soon as I would hear something defamatory, next, and I would do my very best. And I almost feel that people that are in charge in radio stations now, it's more about the money versus value. So I'm so glad that you're putting this out there, that your brand is something that's positive. So congratulations. I know that you mentioned that a few artists and a few celebrities that you look up to, but music-wise, what are some artists that you look up to, or that growing up you were like, oh my gosh, I want to be just like them?
Being a lover of music, you know, I have a couple people that I respect in the music business, you know, on as far as their craft. You know, I've always loved the way Jay-Z talks through song. I like the way that when he delivers his message, even in the performance realm, he's not all over the place, but the way he tells the story through hand movement and, you know, the facial expressions and things like that. I've always been able to vibe with a lot of things that he's put out. You know, I love his metaphoric delivery, you know, the topics he talk about, and I love how he knows how to commercialize things. I come from a single background. Like, I came into the business learning that, you know, the power is having that hit, that single. So where a lot of people struggle getting that single together, I just been blessed to talk to a couple people who told me what a single was about, and it became easy. So seeing what I do and seeing that it's in line with a lot of the greats, you know, Jay-Z has always been somebody I respected. I also respect Rick Ross. I like his music. You know, I'm not a hater, so I think I would tell you maybe a good amount of people, but for the most part, I like Jay-Z, I like Tupac, I like Rick Ross, and on a new scene, I like Meek Mill. I like a lot of Meek Mill's music. I've been having this last album in rotation in my car since about December. Right now we in May.
A lot of the artists that you mentioned, I also admire. What a fantastic list. But now, to be a well-rounded artist, you need to also have the business aspect. So tell me about some of the people that you respect in business.
Definitely my favorite right now is DJ Khaled. Like, you know, I'm amazed with his moves and his hustle and his consistency, and his drive to really push his message. And, you know, and like I said, I started off in the beginning saying that, you know, my brand is for the underdogs, the people who were told they couldn't do it. And that's also the thing that DJ Khaled is pushing, you know, and so I'm definitely a fan and respect his business aspect, because he more so gives people the confidence to be comfortable again with dreaming outside of your circumstances. You know, I was watching him recently on the show where he said they told him he wasn't going to be a DJ. And then they asked him, so what did you do? He said, I got on the Beyonce tour right now. You know what I mean? So right now they told me I wasn't the hottest, and I got on the Elvira Guzman episode. You know what I mean? So, you know, I definitely respect him and his consistency and his business ethics, because his assertiveness continues to push him through doors. And I like how he brings his fans along with the ventures of what he's doing. Like, you know, I want to be an inspiration as well, like a luminary, you know, be luminant, you know, brighten up the place when I come in, and, you know, just create that vibe for people. So I definitely respect DJ Khaled right now. I would actually say I'm a fan, you know what I mean, of him, you know, and I don't say that too much. So, you know, definitely DJ Khaled.
I definitely agree with you. I think DJ Khaled is successful because he teaches other people how to be successful, and he gives them encouragement in his music, and it's very admirable. So now let's get into your music. So tell me a little bit about your single that we're all excited to hear about.
Man, I'm super excited about it.